How you doing today, YouTube? Welcome back to Kadar's Life Blessings and Lessons, where life is long and things are short. How you doing today? I'm blessed and so are you. Today is the day the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. So today's story will be about how I ended up graduating from Lincoln Tech and ended up working with Rick Hendricks. So let's get started. So this is my graduating class. It was 6 people. The guy that's on my left, he's the only guy that graduated. Everybody else, they dropped out for various reasons, but that's their business. So boom, okay, how I ended up getting this job. So before I even went to school, I was sitting at home and I was watching Velocity, right? And I ended up seeing Rick Hendricks' private collection on TV, and I was like, man, it'd be cool to go there. And then giving no more thought after that. So boom, as I went to college, months later, months into it or whatever, his people came to the college and were introducing us to the company and what was going on. They told us they was gonna take 3 different people to the event that they was gonna have in October. And keep in mind, it was in 2016, and around that time, tornadoes and hurricanes, whatever was going on at that time in North Carolina or in that surrounding area, but we still went. So one day, they called us to the office. Me, another guy, that guy that was on the picture to my left, and another female that was in the classroom. They called us down to the office. And as I'm leaving, you know, the Lord was telling me I'm going on that trip, but don't say nothing. So I ain't say nothing. So we walking, and the guy was like, well, if Kadar's going to the office, I know it's something good because he don't never get in trouble because I didn't. Like I said, I hadn't prepared myself before I got there. So I laughed at the situation. We walked to the office, and boom, they told us that they picked us 3. So boom, I was like, okay, cool. So for the trip, I was like, I gotta find some way to stand out. I got to. It's just me. I gotta show them that I really want this position at this job. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm thinking. At that time, we was in custom paints. I was like, okay, how can I how can I show them that I want this position? So I got this shirt made. Me, Jacob, and Brandon. There was a female name, but she didn't go because her mom bailed out on her at the last minute when she wanted to go to babysit her child. That's the front of it, and this the back. So boom, we get there, and it was raining still, but we didn't get the chance to do everything. So this is the paper that they gave us. This is the ticket. The itinerary paper of the hotel we were staying at and everything. And here's the itinerary. So we didn't get the chance to do it all due to it raining, so they had to substitute some things. We supposed to be meeting and greeting the racers and Rick Hendricks and everything. We seen his private collection, what was awesome. And we seen other vehicles that he had, like some of his race cars. Hold on, let me go to it. It was an awesome experience, and it was a blessing. Like I said, I had just seen it on TV, and ended up going to college, and they ended up picking me to go on. That's how good God is. And it's something I really just didn't put for better. I just said it was just cool to go there, and just so happened I was blessed to go. And here goes some pictures of it. The wall of his races, and some more pictures of the outside. It was an awesome experience to see his private collection and his sons. They had some of his family members had passed away on a private plane going to a trip and everything. We seen his son stuff. It was awesome. Right now, when I walked in his trailer, man, I just felt his humble, bold spirit still there, and everything. It was a nice experience. like I said, to see it on TV than to see it in real life. And the people was telling us you had to be a very important person to see that. And we was all very important. Just clips of what I took pictures of while I was there. And this is Papa Joe memorabilia stuff. And there's his racers. Some more suits that he had raced, well, his team raced in. So we was doing the meet and greet, well, talking to the managers at different Rick Hendricks places across the nation or whatever. So before I left the hotel, it was raining. I was like, well, I'm not gonna take no information, no resumes, transcripts, nothing. I'm not gonna take it. I'm just gonna go. But no, Lord informed me, take some resumes, at least take one. I was like, okay. So I took heed what the Lord was telling me. So I took that one. So as we ended up doing talking to them and everything, and they was asking questions, and they asked 3 different times, and every time I raised my hand, and they was like, yeah, the guy with the red shirt, you, but nobody else was asking questions. So that made me stand out. And so we did the meet and greet, like I said, talking to the other managers across the nation that was dealing with Rick Hendricks companies or whatever. And I was gonna go to Atlanta, and I gave the guy, the manager, my resume and everything to go to Atlanta. So boom, as we sitting at the table, you know, getting ready to eat the sandwiches or whatever they brought to us, it was a guy from Virginia Beach sitting at the table, and he was sitting across from me, and I could feel him looking at me, but it wasn't in no weird way, you know what I'm saying? It was like, well, he like that type of feeling that he wanted me to work for his company. So I'm talking to him or whatever, and he was like, man, you don't want to go to Atlanta, you want to come to VA. And I said in the back of my head, you absolutely right. I do. I do. I'm going to take a step of faith on that. And I was talking to him more and more. So boom, we ended up going to the Victory Lane to do go-karts. It was amazing. So as time goes on, like I said, we went to the Victory Lane after that, had a blast on the go-kart. So before we started driving the go-karts, we ate again. They fed us again. So as I'm in the restroom, I went to the restroom while everybody was still in the meeting, in the room where we were sitting at to get ready to eat. So as I'm in the restroom, the Lord was talking to me, and he was telling me that my instructor that was over collision, the supervisor over collision, he was going to win first place, but don't say nothing. I was like, okay, cool. So I go back in there. But before I left, guys was coming in washing their hands saying, we finna ready to eat, we finna ready to eat. And I'm just telling them, okay, I know, yeah, I'm just washing my hands, get myself together. So I go back in there, I'm trying to hold my composure the whole time on what the Lord had told me. So I couldn't say nothing. So when we sit at the table, it was other, other groups from other schools that was there. And other people they had hired recently, excuse me, that was there too. So the women, they was, they came, and the supervisor and the instructor that went with us, he was saying, man, that girl like you, such. You want to get with you want to get with her? And I wasn't really just studying what he was talking about, because I wasn't really studying with her either. But I'm just trying to keep my composure. What the Lord was telling me he was going to win first place. So boom, we started racing. Tell me why I ended up going backwards. And that tripped out everybody. Everybody was laughing, even myself. And I was like, bam. So they got me right, and we were racing, whatever. So go to the last race. Guess who won? My instructor, as the Lord had informed me. And let me show you the picture. That's him in the middle. We was at Victory Lane. And that's some of the employees that's in the blue shirt that was there, and the guy in the green from different companies across the world that work for Rick Hendricks. So that's how I end up working for Rick Hendricks. So in the midst of that job, so boom, as I graduated, I had to go for an interview. Before I graduated school, I went to an interview in Richmond, Virginia to interview the guy that was sitting at the table with me. And as I'm going, I had that Lion King booklet. I took some of those. And I'm praying and talking the whole way to the Lord. Said, Lord, if it's in thy will, let it be done. I'm nervous at the same time because I done drove 9 hours away. So I'm saying in my head, I gotta get this job. I gotta leave this job. And I was telling myself and promising myself, like, man, I gotta do anything and everything I can do in a positive way to get this job. I gotta leave with it. So boom, as I'm doing the interview and everything and letting them know who I am or whatever, the Lord told me, give him that Lion King booklet. And boom, I gave it to him. He read it, that excited him more. So boom, I left with the job. So go back 9 hours as I graduate. I moved up there. And when I graduated, I left. I came back to Chattanooga and I stayed here for 2 weeks. And in them 2 weeks, I had my income tax money. And the Lord had told me pick out wherever I want to stay and just have faith. And I ended up looking in Virginia Beach and where I wanted to stay, and I chose the oceanfront. I stayed in the Mayflower. I never been to Virginia a day in my life besides that interview. And I didn't know nobody up there, and I wasn't afraid to go nowhere by myself. So boom, I get there, I moved to Virginia Beach, so on the oceanfront, the Mayflower, studio apartment. So I'm working with Rick Hendricks. So when I got there, I was an apprentice of this one guy. And he was telling me, okay, work on this car. This is what I want you to do. He gave me the tool and this. He gave me the ratchet and the socket. He said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take this seat out. As he talking to me, I'm picturing it in my head on what he talking about so I can go do it when I do it. That's who I am and how I am. So I said, okay, boom. So I did that. He like, okay, if you need any help, just come let me know. I'm here. I got you. I said, okay, cool. So I go do that, knock that job out, and come back to him and tell him I'm done. He playing crazy, like he don't, you know what I'm saying, taking me for a joke, like I don't know what I'm doing. But he had told me what to do, and plus I already went to school for it, plus I'm already hands-on. Me going to school, mostly book work. So I did that, and he, you know what I'm saying, trying to play me to the left. So that was one incident. Gone a couple weeks from then, about a month or so, he gave me another problem. It was this gold Ram truck. And I'm fresh. And we didn't have no work to do because everything was, you know what I'm saying, done to what we needed to do to that certain point. So we had to wait. So he even told me, even the managers there, like, just go around and talk to the other employees to get to know them. I'm like, okay, cool. I was there for about, I say 2 or 3 months. I ended up going to another job. But I'm going to tell you that in the next story. So I get to go talking to them or whatever. So I go outside for a break to get some fresh air. I come back in, he spazzing out on me for no apparent reason at all. Telling myself, ain't doing no work, this, then the third, when the man had already told me to go talk to the other people, you know what I'm saying, and look busy, such because they wasn't nothing to do. But it was this like I said, it was a go around truck that we needed to take the bed off. And so I had got him in his own, crossed him up in his own problem. I said, so okay then, let's take the bed off the truck. Here you go. It ain't ready yet. So what's the point of you trying to argue with me? So boom, I go to the office or whatever. I'm talking about he hollering everything for no apparent reason, making a scene. Go to the office. He used to get high and drunk, you know what I'm saying, on the job. He used to smoke too, you know what I'm saying. And he was having his problems at work at the same time, trying to take it out on me for what being evil because I'm doing what he instructed me to do with no problem. So that pissed him off. So I guess just because I'm new and I'm fresh out of school, they taking, you know what I'm saying, taking it for granted like I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? They try to play me to the left. But I proved my work, you know what I'm saying? Day one. Dressed in the school attire and everything of the same colors that they had. And dude was like, how you got them the same color? Where you come from? They was all saying that, but I could hear them. I wasn't paying no attention to them. Just paying attention to what they were saying. But I had my school stuff on until I got the uniform. So, boom, go in the office, you know what I'm saying? I got to the point where, you know how you get furious to the point you start crying because, you know what I'm saying, people trying to mess it, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to mess up my blessing, you know what I'm saying, put dirt on my name and lie on me and call all these problems for what reason I came to do my job. So, boom, I leave out the office, talking to the manager over the building or whatever. And the guy next to him, both of them was talking, and they, you know what I'm saying, talking like they was plotting and whatever. And I'm paying attention to it, but then say, no, I'm just peeping game. And boom, I end up working with the other guy. So time goes on working with him. he tried to buy me, you know what I'm saying? He tried to, you know what I'm saying, persuade me with buying me food or whatever. Took me out for lunch, and, you know what I'm saying? I talked to him. I told him myself, I said, I love the Lord. I'm here to work, and I'm here to do what the Lord got me to do, and go home. None less, no more. You know, and letting them know what was real from the gate. And so, boom, man, both of these white guys. Like I said, I'm not racist, nothing. It's just what I experienced. So, and then when I'm with two black guys, there one was in the wash bay, and one was in the taping bay area for paint. And me. So I was in the body. So, like I said, talking to him, working with him. And all of a sudden one day he came to work drunk. And he used to tell me, you know what I'm saying, him and his wife, you know what I'm saying, they problems or whatever. He came to work drunk or whatever, man. So early in the morning now, he got out all these tools. We working on his Cadillac, and it was like two pinhole dents in the bottom of the door, in the body line, and he told me to work on it. So me, I was like, okay. He was telling me, instructing me on what to do. Excuse me. And I'm working on it so I won't mess it up. He come back, you know what I'm saying? So he doing on the car, I'm doing what I'm doing. So he go and break and come back, whatever, smoke break, whatever, come back. You still working on these same little bitty dents, da 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 da. I didn't say nothing. So he put his stuff, he let go, you know what I'm saying, dropped there, all his tools still out on the floor or whatever. He gonna say, I'm finna go eat breakfast, put these tools up for me. I'm saying right here, I said, okay. I'm looking at him like, dude, is you crazy? I'm not finna put up nothing. You just got all these tools down. You think I'm finna put these up for you? No way, Jose. When you come back out here, these same tools gonna be on this floor. And that's what happened. So boom, he giving me problem, whatever, trying to loud talk me, this, that, and the third. So I just said, okay. I put him up, and he just, you know what I'm saying, he let that situation go. So he in the car, he working on the other car. I'm sitting there doing whatever he had me do. Like I said, he won't let it go. And I said just like that. I said, man, look here. I don't care what you're talking about. Next time you get some tools out, you put them up. Because I'm not. If I got them up, I'm going to put them up. And he go, well, I got tools out that you had. You know, so you got tools out you had. I put them up, this, that, there, making excuses. I said, look here. Next time you get some tools out, make sure you put them up yourself. Because I'm not putting up nothing. Do you hear me? Oh, he got 38 hard at that. Then, so boom, by that time, the guy that was over the whole building, the manager that hired me, you know what I'm saying? He came in there and we was talking or whatever. And I told him the same thing I told him. I said, man, I told this man, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not putting the tools up for him, this, then the third. And so, boom, he got mad. And they ended up moving me to the wash bay. He's like, well, you can't work with me no more. So the next day, I clock in, he was like, you still here? What you doing here? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying to my head, I'm here to work. I don't got to be here with you, you know what I'm saying, to clock in. So he go in the office and talk to the managers or whatever. And boom, trying to get me fired or whatever. So, like I said, I'm in the wash bay. And in the midst of all that, before all this happened, on break, I used to go in the break room, you know what I'm saying, and watch something dealing with church on the TV. And every time the other people, other managers or whatever that was working there, they'll come in there and hear it on the TV. They'll leave straight out. Boom. And I had to talk to some of the people that was there too. But you know how it goes. They didn't accept it or deny it. Me, you know what I'm saying, they accepted denied Jesus Christ, either he who sent me and not me myself. I had to go through that problem too. And boom. So like I said, in the wash bay. So the first dude I was working with, he came in, he was talking Noah. And we talking about some, you in there crying to the manager, such. And he's like, man, I'll slap you. I said, well, come on here and slap you. You won't slap nobody else. He got scared then. He told us, you come over here and touch me first. Like literally. And after that, I ended up quitting. Like literally. I was there for like 2 months. I ended up leaving. And I had put in, more application. Like I said, that's next story, so stay tuned. So the more that story is, you'll be surprised what God got for you. All you gotta do is pick it out. You know what I'm saying? Take steps of faith. It ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be hard. It's a challenge. It's an uphill battle. And that's what I done. Like I said, I just seen it on TV and went to college and it happened. Something I wasn't ever expecting. So don't limit and doubt yourself on nothing. And how I ended up picking the apartment to stay on the oceanfront, I took a big step of faith. And the little money that I did have from my taxes, that what got the apartment. And before that, I had other apartments, you know what I'm saying, dealing with debts or whatever. But the Lord still made a way for that to happen. So, you know what I'm saying, just give it all to him and trust in the Lord all thy heart and lean on your own understanding. And to walk by faith and not by sight. Faith come out here and hear the word of the Lord. If he done it for me, he do the same for you. You're not going to be able to do it like I have done it. You're going to do it the way the Lord has blessed you to do it. Like, once again, you're a difference. So no matter the color of your skin or your age, man, it's all about your heart and mind that what God see every day. You're gonna go through adversity, you're gonna go through the negativity, you're gonna go through the trial, tribulation, test to have a testimony, especially when you're serving the Lord anyway. And that's what I experienced. So I mean, like I said, I'm grateful for it to this day, And you know what I'm saying? It's a testimony and a memory I never forget. So just imagine what's best to come, in my life or in yours too. You know what I'm saying? And I was paying, like I said, I was paying out of pocket for my tuition. Some of the people that was in my class and people that was at school had their parents' GA bill, I think that's what they call it, and coming to school playing, skipping, one putting 100% into it. So that's what made me go even harder. And when we was at Rick Hendricks seeing his private collection, whatever, we was on this show, we was on this like the showroom floor part, and there was this red SS, I think Camaro, and there's one of the instructors that came on a trip with me. He was like, "This how we want that '69 Camaro at the shop to look like glass." And I said, "Okay." And I said, "Lord, if it's in thy will, let it be done. I want to, make it happen for them as what they asking for." And on top of that, the blue car, it was a blue Camaro that we was doing in school. I didn't paint the color blue. I just painted the clear coat on it twice and did a side of the hockey stick on one of the sides. And the instructor, he did the one half and I did the other half. And I did two coats of clear and he did the last coat. Because the third coat, I didn't feel comfortable enough to do it because it felt like I was going to fall into it. So I didn't want to make no mistakes. I just let him done it. I didn't have no dry spots, but I had runs. And they was like, run better than dry spots. If you get dry spots, you got to spread all over. So let me go to the picture. And yeah, before I show you the picture, man, don't give up, man, and don't give in. Keep the fight. It's easy to give up, but it's even better to keep going. No matter the circumstance, situation, you're a winner. And if I didn't put forth effort or faith to go and do that, man, I wouldn't never went. On that trip, I would have never seen that and felt that experience of life. One of the lifetime chances. I didn't get the chance to meet the racers or anything, but they're still in the works. I'm still asking Lord for that blessing. Because I really want to finish that mission, to go to that race, the Indy 500, and get my shirt signed by all the racers, and including Rick Hendricks. Come on, picture. Pause it. And here go the picture of the car. Like glass. And the car right here is a '69 Camaro. And the reason behind this car, it was this police officer. He had passed away of cancer. His son was 7 at the time. And they had this picture on the wall from the newspaper article describing, what I'm saying, his background and everything that happened in his family. And it really touched my heart because my mom had cancer and the Lord, blessed her to survive, and she's still alive to this day. So, and when the teacher said that when we was at Rick Hendricks, that what inspired me to, put 100% into that paint job to make it, worth my while. And like I said, I asked the Lord to let it be done according to his will, and he done it. Even though I had help, from the last spray, I still, did my part. And like I said, it was a blessing in disguise and it was magnificent. Like, I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. And like I said, just keep your head up, stay prayed up, keep God first, and trust, and then depend on him no matter your circumstance situations. Peace. Have a blessing. Love you.